So tell us about, because I think one of the strengths of your, well, there are many strengths of your work is that you could have just described it, right? This is what it is, this is how it manifests, but you really in your work did research. Talk about why it was important to you to have data and to empirically, to provide the empirical evidence. Take us through that process.
Well, I don't know, we're psychologists. Data
Yeah,
is
yeah, researcher,
a
right?
currency. I think that when you have a phenomenon that is not sort of been documented before, it's important to provide this like actual empirical evidence so that people believe you. I don't know that we were trying to convince other people. I think we were trying to reflect an experience that we saw that people were having, both in our data, but also just in our day-to-day lives. Um, and hoping that by naming it and understanding it, there would be a way to address it. And I will say, there are definitely people for whom you need the data to convince them, and there are people for whom you need the stories to convince them. And so, we've done a mix of qualitative and quantitative research to try to really get the message out as far as we can. Um, but also, I think the most rewarding thing that I experience is when people say, thank you. I didn't know there was a word for this. And knowing
Yeah.
that there is has made it feel not about me. It wasn't something that I was doing wrong to not fit the system. It was that the system wasn't really designed to be valuing what I'm doing. And so being able to externalize that like oppression is so important for people's well-being and ability to kind of cope and strategize and resist. Um, so that's a lot of why we do it.
Yeah. It's sort of like that famous quote, Gloria Steinem says something about like before there was a word sexual harassment. She's like, we just call that life. Right. And so the importance of language and naming.